fact, we will never enjoy true success until we learn to see the big picture. Hey, I'm Steve Diggs. This is The Big Picture. Welcome aboard. Today on the homepage, I want to share with you the 4 things that successful investors frequently do and things that they know that make them succeed. Listen, as I get into this, be sure that you understand that there are no guarantees when it comes to investing. But these are some things that many successful investors tend to take advantage of. These are the 4 things that I like to remind anybody that I'm teaching about investing to remember. Number 1, successful investing usually involves good diversification. Also sometimes thought of as asset allocation. And again, I'm not making any recommendations here, but you might want to think in terms of divvying your money up into different pockets. Some people have found it very wise to put some money into American stock funds that buy big companies, maybe some into American stock funds that buy small or medium-sized companies, maybe some into stock funds that buy foreign companies, maybe some into some stock funds that buy the various different types of bonds, and also some into some cash. Now again, this doesn't guarantee the highest rate of return, but it tends to help when one investment is going down to have others that are going up, or at least not down quite as much. Number 2, don't ever chase performance. Now this is one of the things that we tend to do that gets us into trouble. We read somewhere that this particular mutual fund has had these incredible returns over the last period of time, and we think, wow, I've got to get into that. There is a high likelihood that that fund is not going to continue to go up. You might be stepping in right at the moment that it is beginning to crest and go down. You need to think in terms of what you're buying, what's the purpose, rather than just simply latching on to the most recent high flyer. And number 3, speaking to that very thing, we need to avoid these high flyers. You know, once in a while you'll see a commercial for some mutual fund that'll say, you know, we've had whatever, 20, 40, 60% return over the last period. You think, wow, I've got to get in on that. Well, it might not be all that wise, because sometimes these high flyers tend to go south in a New York minute and leave everybody hurting. Think about it. For instance, if you put, say, $10,000 into one of these high-flying funds, and sure enough, let's just play the game. For the next year, boing, it goes straight up. And a year from now, it's worth $20,000. But then at the end of the year, and by the way, you're feeling pretty good at that, but at the end of the year, it starts to go the other way. And over the next year, it falls, say 60%. And you're not too happy, but you're thinking to yourself, well, it could be worse. I mean, I made, what, 40% over 2 years? Well, have you really? Let's do the math. You start out with $10,000, and in the first year, it goes up to $20,000. And then the next year, it drops by 60%. By my count, that's bringing us down here at about $8,000. Look out for those high flyers. They can really hurt when they go down. And number 4, be consistent. Many investors find that it is good to keep their investment consistent. Determine a good investment course and then put away a consistent amount of dollars at regular intervals. For instance, if you have a 401k or maybe it's an IRA, put the same amount of money in on a regular basis, as long as you're sure that this is a good investment. Don't worry too much if things are going up or down, you know, from week to week or month to month. The thing you're really wanting to do is save for the long term. Hey, I'm Steve Diggs. This has been The Big Picture. I'm going to catch you next time.